San Francisco, February 1970. 6 black belts from 6 different martial arts stand in a circle around one man. They have a combined 127 years of experience. Together, they outweigh Bruce Lee by 400 pounds. They came here to prove Bruce Lee is just hype. What happens in the next 45 seconds doesn't just prove them wrong. It changes the entire martial arts world's understanding of what one master can do against 6. San Francisco's Chinatown, an old warehouse building on Grant Avenue. A cold February evening in 1970, 7:30 p.m. Light rain outside, streets wet, neon lights reflecting on the sidewalks. But inside this warehouse, 47 people wait silently for something to happen. They came to witness, some with hope, some with curiosity, some to watch a man fall. The warehouse is large but plain. Concrete floor, bare walls, industrial lights hanging from the ceiling. In the center, about 100 square feet of empty space, wooden benches around it, some people sitting, some standing, everyone looking at one point. At that point, 6 men stand, in a circle formation, each representing a different martial art, each an expert in their field, each here tonight to prove something. In the center of the circle stands one man, Bruce Lee. 29 years old, 5 feet 7 inches, 135 pounds. Black sweatpants, white t-shirt, barefoot, hands at his sides, relaxed, no expression on his face, just waiting, calm, ready. One of the 6 black belts steps forward. His name is Robert Chen. 38 years old, judo 4th Dan black belt, 6 feet tall, 210 pounds, strong, experienced, patient. He's been doing judo for 20 years, competed in hundreds of matches, won most of them, expert at throwing, controlling opponents, has a wrestler's body, thick neck, broad shoulders, powerful legs. In judo, balance is everything. Robert knows this. Robert stops, looks at Bruce, nods silently. Respectful but determined. Bruce nods back. There's mutual respect, but this isn't a friendly gathering. This is a test, an examination, a moment of proof. The second man steps forward. David Torres, 42 years old, karate 3rd Dan black belt, 5 feet 11 inches, 194 pounds, started karate at 17. 25 years have passed, practices Shotokan style, powerful strikes, hard blocks, disciplined stance, every movement sharp, clean, effective. His hands are calloused from years of Kumite training. His bones hardened, his strikes break stone. He feels confident knowing this. Third man, James Kim, 34 years old, taekwondo 4th Dan, 5 feet 10 inches, 180 pounds, Korean-American, lives the spirit of taekwondo, high kick specialist, incredible flexibility, extraordinary leg power, perfect balance when kicking to the head, fast, agile, calculated. In taekwondo, distance control is critical. James does this perfectly. Fourth man, Michael Big Mike Anderson, 35 years old, former professional boxer, 6 feet 1 inch, 216 pounds, the heaviest man here. Fists like iron. Fought professionally for 12 years, 34 fights, 28 wins, 21 by knockout. Broke his hands repeatedly. Now healed but still powerful. Boxing discipline taught him to measure distance, timing, combine punches, light feet, heavy hands, dangerous combination. Fifth man, Thomas Nakamura, 40 years old, aikido 3rd Dan, 5 feet 9 inches, 174 pounds, the oldest, most experienced, has internalized aikido philosophy, redirect rather than use force, use the attacker's energy against them, soft but effective, calm but dangerous. In aikido, time perception is different. You see the movement before it starts. Thomas has been practicing this for years. Sixth man, Carlos Mendes, 31 years old, Brazilian jiu-jitsu brown belt, 5 feet 10 inches, 190 pounds, youngest belt level but still experienced. In BJJ, ground fighting is king. Carlos is an expert at taking opponents down and controlling them. Chokes, arm locks, leg locks, deep technical knowledge, flexible body, extraordinary grip strength. Nobody escapes him on the ground. He knows this. 6 men, 6 styles, total 127 years of experience, total 1,165 pounds. All have reached their peak, all respected in their fields, all here tonight to prove something. In the corner of the warehouse stands an old man. His name is Master Wong, 67 years old, founder of San Francisco's oldest kung fu school. Gray hair, short but posture straight, eyes sharp. Old generation master, believes in traditional values, knows Bruce Lee, even respects him. But tonight he watches with curiosity. Because tonight Bruce's claim is simple but incredible. He says he can control 6 masters simultaneously in less than 45 seconds. Master Wong looks at the stopwatch in his hand. Everyone's silent. Tension fills the room. 47 witnesses hold their breath. Bruce stands in the center of the circle, closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, body relaxes, mind calms. This isn't just a fight. This is a demonstration, a lesson, a manifestation. He'll show what Jeet Kune Do is, that it's beyond form. That style doesn't limit, the power of freedom. Bruce opens his eyes, gaze clear, ready. Master Wong speaks loudly. The rules are simple. 6 people will try to control Bruce simultaneously. The goal is to immobilize him. Bruce will defend himself and control all 6. Time is 1 minute. But Bruce requested 45 seconds. We're giving him 45 seconds. One last time before we start. Is everyone ready? The 6 black belts nod. Bruce nods. Master Wong raises the stopwatch. Everyone takes one last breath. Begin. The first movement comes from Robert Chen, judo expert, immediately lunges at Bruce, trying to grab his arm. In judo, you can't throw who you can't hold. Robert knows, must grab Bruce's arm. Tries to catch Bruce's left wrist with his right hand. Bruce doesn't pull his arm back. Allows it. Robert approaches. Just as he's about to grab, Bruce slightly rotates his wrist. Robert's grip slips. Simultaneously, Bruce's right hand touches the inside of Robert's elbow, applies light pressure. Robert's balance breaks. Only 2 seconds have passed. At the same time, David Torres comes from the right. Karate strike, roundhouse kick toward Bruce's chest. Fast, powerful, precise. Just as David fully extends his leg, Bruce slides forward. David's kick distance breaks. Kick goes into empty space. Bruce lightly touches behind David's support leg. Balance gone. David stumbles. 3 seconds. James Kim comes from the left. Taekwondo kick, high, fast, to Bruce's head. James uses his flexibility when leg fully extends. Bruce slightly shifts his head sideways. Kick cuts through air. Bruce catches James's ankle, pulls lightly. James's balance completely gone, falls to the ground. 5 seconds. Michael Anderson comes from behind. Boxer reflex, quick jab combination, left, right, left. Bruce's back is turned, but he feels it. Turns his body slightly. Michael's punches slide off Bruce's shoulder. Bruce turns and touches Michael's chest with light contact. Michael stops, surprised. 7 seconds. Thomas Nakamura comes in front of Bruce. Aikido movement, flowing, soft, trying to grab Bruce's arm to redirect his energy. But Bruce has no energy to redirect. Bruce reads Thomas's movement, steps back. Thomas reaches into emptiness, balance slips. 9 seconds. Carlos Mendes dives for Bruce's legs. BJJ move. Trying to take him down, wraps around legs. But Bruce lifts his leg. Carlos catches air. Bruce's other hand touches Carlos's shoulder. Light pressure. Carlos loses balance, falls to the ground. 11 seconds. Now all 6 are moving simultaneously. No coordination, but same intent. Surround Bruce, limit his movement space. Robert comes again, this time from behind. Judo grip, Bruce's waist wraps his arms, strong. But Bruce exhales, slightly bends his body. Robert's grip loosens. Bruce touches his elbow backward to Robert's chest. Light. Robert exhales. Arm strength decreases. David and James kick simultaneously, from different angles. David chest level, James head level. Bruce crouches. 2 kicks find each other. David and James surprised, balance broken. 15 seconds. Michael throws a punch. Right hook. Powerful. Bruce lowers his head. Punch cuts through air. Bruce catches Michael's wrist, pulls lightly. Michael stumbles forward. Thomas grabs Bruce's right arm. Aikido lock. But Bruce relaxes his arm, doesn't resist. The resistance Thomas expected isn't there. Technique doesn't work. Carlos dives to the ground again. This time, catches Bruce's right leg, holds tight, but Bruce applies light pressure with his left leg to Carlos's shoulder. Carlos loosens. 20 seconds. Bruce now in the center, 6 people around him, but Bruce holds the control. Every contact light but effective, every movement minimal but precise. Robert comes again, this time tired but determined, trying to catch Bruce. Bruce holds Robert's wrists, light pressure. Robert's arms weaken. David kicks again, but this time slow. Fatigue beginning. Bruce catches David's leg, pushes lightly. David sits on the ground. James gets up, kicks again, but speed has dropped. Bruce touches James's ankle. James loses balance back to the ground. 25 seconds. Michael out of breath, but still coming. 2 jabs, slow now. Bruce slightly raises his arms, punches touches arms, no damage. Thomas tries to get behind Bruce, but Bruce turns face to face with Thomas. Thomas stops. Carlos on the ground, trying to get up, tired, but reaches for Bruce's leg again. Bruce takes a light step. Carlos wraps around emptiness. 30 seconds. Now all 6 are tired, out of breath, sweat flowing. But Bruce calm, breathing regular, movement still fluid. Robert one last attempt, lunges at Bruce, full force, but tired. Bruce gently holds Robert's arms, light pressure. Robert stops, no strength left. David trying to stand, feet heavy, hands down, finished. James sitting on the ground, trying to breathe, tired, 35 seconds. Michael hands on knees, bent over, out of breath. Professional boxer but not used to this type of fighting. Finished. Thomas stopped, waiting. Aikido calmness still there but tired. Can't move anymore. Carlos lying on the ground, breathing. BJJ is strong on the ground but couldn't take Bruce down. Impossible. 40 seconds. Bruce stands in the center of the circle, 6 people around him but none moving. All tired, out of breath, motionless. Bruce looks at them, respectful. They didn't really fight, just discovered the limits of their own styles. Master Wong looks at the stopwatch. 43 seconds have passed. Bruce raises his hands, signals. Enough. The 6 relax, sit on the ground, breathing, in shock, but also curious. How did this happen? 45 seconds. Master Wong stops the stopwatch. 43 seconds. Bruce Lee wins. The 47 people in the warehouse silent. Nobody applauding, not yet, because they're trying to understand what they saw. Bruce approaches the 6, extends his hand, lifts them one by one, helps Robert, David, James, Michael, Thomas, Carlos, looks at each with respect. Robert stands up, looks at Bruce. How did you do this? How did you control all 6 of us at once? Bruce smiles. I didn't control you. You controlled yourselves. David doesn't understand. What do you mean? Bruce explains. Each of you moved within your own style. Judo tried to grab, karate tried to strike, taekwondo tried to kick, boxing tried to punch, aikido tried to redirect, BJJ tried to take down, but none of you coordinated with each other. You fought as 6 individual people, not as 6 people together. James nods, understands. We weren't together, Bruce continues, and each of you were trapped in the patterns of your own style. You became predictable. I just saw the gaps. I knew where you would move because your style told me. The purpose of Jeet Kune Do is this, to have no style, to have no pattern, to be like water. Water has no shape. It takes the shape of the container. Fighting should be like this. You should take shape according to your opponent. Michael raises his head. So we didn't lose to you. We lost to our own styles. Bruce nods. Yes. And that's not a weakness. Your styles are strong, effective, but limited. If you only know that style, you only think in those patterns. Real fighting is something without boundaries, Thomas asks. So you never got tired? You dealt with all 6 of us for 43 seconds. Bruce laughs. I got tired, but I didn't waste energy. 'Cause I moved by flowing, not resisting. I didn't use force against your force. I just redirected. Minimal energy, maximum effect. Carlos gets up from the ground. Will you teach us? Bruce looks at them. 6 people, 6 styles. But now all 6 are open, ready to learn. Ego's broken, but spirit's still strong. Bruce smiles. Of course, but with one condition, Robert asks. What? Bruce answers. Don't forget your styles. Develop them, but don't be imprisoned by them. Let your style be a starting point, not an end point. Always stay open to learning. Always continue to improve. That's when you become a true master. The 6 nod. Master Wong approaches, touches Bruce's shoulder. Today you didn't just teach 6 people. You taught all of us. True mastery isn't winning, it's teaching. What you did after winning mattered. You didn't humiliate them. You elevated them. That's a true master. Bruce bows his head. Master Wong, I'm just someone who continues to learn. Today, I learned too. Master Wong asks. What did you learn? Bruce answers. Fighting 6 different styles simultaneously is easier than fighting one style. Because each style is predictable. But 6 styles together create chaos. And in chaos, there are no patterns, only the moment. I just stayed in the moment. The warehouse goes silent. Everyone digests Bruce's words. Then applause begins. Slow. 1 person, then 2, then everyone. 47 people applauding, not just Bruce, those 6 black belts too. Because tonight, everyone learned something. Robert, David, James, Michael, Thomas, Carlos, all 6 standing next to Bruce, no longer opponents, students. Over the next 3 years, all 6 will be Bruce Lee's students. Each will develop their own style, but also learn Jeet Kune Do. And each will tell their own students what they learned that night in their own schools. Robert's judo school will add aikido and karate elements to its curriculum. David's karate dojo will start teaching judo throwing techniques. James's taekwondo school will add boxing hand techniques. Michael's boxing gym will open up to foot techniques. Thomas's aikido center will accept more dynamic movements. Carlos's BJJ school will include stand-up fighting techniques. None of them will abandon their styles. But they'll expand, open up, evolve. And all will tell what happened that night in the warehouse. That the 45 seconds weren't what mattered, but what came after. What Bruce Lee did after winning, how he didn't humiliate, how he taught, how he elevated in 2025. Some of these 6 people are still alive, in their 80s, still training students, and still telling about that night to their grandchildren, to their students, to anyone who listens. Robert Chen, 93 years old, still in San Francisco, no longer fighting but teaching. He tells his students, don't let your style be a cage, let it be a foundation. David Torres, 87 years old, retired in Los Angeles, but passed his karate dojo to his son. His son teaches mixed martial arts. David smiles. Bruce was right. The future is in fighting without boundaries. James Kim, 84 years old, in Seattle. Taekwondo school still open, but now not just kicks, boxing, judo, everything is taught. James says, that night I defeated my ego. It was the hardest fight. Michael Anderson, 85 years old, in Philadelphia. Quit boxing years ago, but became an MMA coach, trained champions. Bruce taught me that real strength is flexibility. Thomas Nakamura, 90 years old, no longer teaching but still meditating. Aikido taught me flow. Bruce showed me there are no patterns within the flow. Carlos Mendes, 81 years old in Brazil, runs a BJJ school, but the curriculum includes stand-up fighting. You can be king on the ground, but fighting doesn't only happen on the ground. 6 men, 6 styles, 1 night, 45 seconds, but a lifetime lesson. So you? What style have you gotten stuck in your own life? What patterns are you living in? What boundaries have you surrounded yourself with? Bruce Lee didn't defeat 6 people that night. He taught 6 people to be free, to rise above their styles without abandoning them. You can do it too. But first, you have to see your own cage, then open its door, then step outside. 45 seconds is enough to change a life. 6 people learned that night. Now it's your turn. Who is your Bruce Lee? Who will show you your cage's door? Maybe nobody. Maybe you'll open it yourself. But remember, the strongest masters are those who don't leave the person they defeated on the ground. They lift them up and teach. Bruce Lee did that night. You can do it too.